Kat Chancellor, Stamp Art Connection. It's 1 December, and we can officially say Merry Christmas. So, Merry Christmas, and I want to show you, this morning, I want to show you a kit that I did that's in the holiday catalog that you still have an opportunity to purchase and to make before Christmas. It is the Forever Evergreen Project Kit, and it makes 3 trees. I'm going to show you 2, and I'm going to show you how I put them together with the products from the kit, but I also came up with some other ideas and some tips that is very useful. First off, go to these, if you get this kit and you want to put it together, go to the Stampin Up site and follow the directions that they provide for punching out the paper, which is quite a bit of paper, but it's very good quality, and I'm very happy with how the tree stood out or came out. Then, before you put the kit together, go ahead and get your Christmas Pines stamp set, and I used this stamp right here, and use Garden Green, and I'm going to show you on this tree that I haven't finished yet, but stamp the branches right here with the Christmas Pines stamp, just to give it some dimension. And you might notice that the paper is kind of shimmery. That's because I used this Sparkle and Shimmer, which is basically Wink of Stella on steroids. It's a big spray bottle. I sprayed all my my paper before I decorated it, so it just kind of has a nice little sparkle to it for the holidays. I kind of wanted to go a little bit more sparkle and glitzy. So stamp all your boughs with the Garden Green using this stamp to give it a little bit more dimension and interest. The stamp set that you're going to need for this project is the Forever Evergreen, and you're basically going to stamp the pine cones, an ornament, and they give you some extra things as well, such as some of these salutations that come with the project. So I use this, and here's my tree, but I mixed up some of the embellishments. First of all, when I display this tree, I made some use my gift bag punch or my gift box punch, and I made some tiny little packages that I'm going to set at the bottom of my tree when I display this. I put together these little ornaments the way they recommended, but instead of using ink for this ornament, I embellished it with gold. And in retrospect, I would have used probably red glitter, which is what I used for this ornament here, just because I wanted a little bit more, glam for my tree. So, looking at this, I probably would have used a little bit more red. The ornaments are really cute. They go on very easily, and I basically kind of put them on the inside, the flat ones on the inside, and some of these 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional ones on the outside of the tree. And I didn't use all the ornaments that they provided because I kind of wanted to balance it. For my garland, I'm going to use, which is recommended for the smaller tree, I'm going to use this for my larger tree when I finally set this up, which I think is going to look just gorgeous. Okay, and I just want to show the star there. I also wanted to use a little bit more red, so I'm getting my little tray here of embellishments. I had these in my craft box, so I put those on the ends of my boughs. And I want to show you, I stuck them on the end, but I also took my boughs and I kind of bent them. And let me show you what that does. Here's the tree, just plain, the way they recommend you making it. If you take your boughs and you kind of turn them, okay, let me make sure you can see, you kind of bend them back and forth like this. Look at what it does. It makes that tree look more realistic, doesn't that? I mean, it's supposed to be dimensional. So here, compared to that. Okay, so that's what I recommend. Here's the second tree. And this tree, here's the little pine cones. I didn't stamp it with ink. I used the embossing, gold embossing. And I think they came out just gorgeous. Here's the little red branches that come off that, and I used my dazzling details in cherry cobbler that I still had. I believe this has been discontinued, but it just adds really pretty glimmer. And instead of putting them, adhering the pine cones to the inside of the tree, when I bent the branches, I just went ahead and I adhered them to the end of the branches. And look how pretty. Isn't that pretty? It really dresses up that tree. And then I have my little star. I use Tombow glue and mostly mini glue dots or large glue dots if from your large craft store. Then I had some ideas because I had extra ribbon, and I strung some pine cones on this ribbon from those little pine cone embellishments, because I didn't know if I wanted to use that as a garland on my tree. It might be too much. I haven't really decided, but again, you can get kind of you can get a little fun with this. Here is the other garland that they recommended, or they included with this package. I might add that. That kind of gives it a nice, yeah, kind of like the gold. Will give it a nice little sparkle. These little balls, the little paper, very tedious to put together. I put them together. I put the ones that kind of worked out because some of them fell apart on me. It's more work than it's worth. So I really wouldn't bother with these unless you really want to. I just put them on because the ones that made it I wanted to use, but they just weren't worth it. Use your small stapler for the trunk of your tree to kind of staple all the little trunks together so that you have a very solid base. I'm going to glue this in a little bit better once I finish putting the tree together, and when I put the tree where I want it to display it, that's when I'm going to put my garland up, so I can just kind of leave it there. I use mini glue dots to glue my pine cones onto the ends of the boughs. Again, I just bent them, and what else? Really, it's the biggest time-consuming part is putting the tree together and putting together all the little ornaments, but you really don't need all of them, and you can come up with some other ideas if you're, with other embellishments that you may have. And I think that's really it. I just wanted to kind of share how I was putting this tree together, using some of the products and adding some other products. Oh, the bells. You can take a the red metallic thread, and you could string some bells up, and you could use those as a garland as well, in case you had some of those mini jingle bells that you wanted to use. I think that's it. Sparkle shimmer, make your tree shine. I use the thin adapter glue, fine tip glue pen, mini dots, extra embellishments. Didn't use this garland because I really rather went with the pom-poms and instead of the paper. So there's things that I didn't use. I did emboss my sentiment that I'm going to go ahead and put on my tree once I get it where I want to display it. So Cat Chancellor, hadn't seen any videos on this project, so I wanted to take the opportunity to show you how pretty this project can actually come out, and that you can play with it and do some neat things with it. It's a neat project. If you don't have it, I recommend get it before it gets discontinued. And I think I'm even going to buy another one and put it in my holiday box for next year. I love putting together villages for my Christmas decorations. So that's definitely something that I think is a very nice addition to my craft box. Okay, so Cat Chancellor, Stamp Art Connection. You can kind of tell I've got my Navy Academy gear on. Have my blue and gold because I'm going to the Army Navy game week after next. So go Navy, beat Army. This is America's game. It's the only day in the year when Army and Navy come to the field as competitors, because out of 364 days of the year, we're one team, one fight. So go Navy, beat Army. And if you're watching the show or you're passing on the TV the week after next, think of me. I'll be out there in Baltimore cheering Navy on. So Cat Chancellor, Stamp Art Connection, thank you for joining me, and please like my video and have a good happy holiday.
Feliz Navidad.